In this video, I'm going to go over all the details of the Thule TopRide. It's made for mountain bikes, it's made for gravel bikes and road bikes. And let's see if this rack is the right one for you. Before we get started with the details of the Thule rack, I wanted to tell you what kind of problem I'm trying to solve. I tow this teardrop trailer with my Subaru, which is great, but I don't have a place to put my bike when I'm towing. I have a one-up bike rack over here. This is a great bike rack. It's a hitch bike rack that goes on the hitch of my Subaru. I love it, it's easy, but obviously I can't use it when I'm towing my trailer. So I need a solution to carry a bike at least when I'm traveling with the teardrop trailer. What I was using was this rail right here by Rocky Mounts. By the way, I love Rocky Mountain stuff. It's great, but this rail and setup here was designed for the old-fashioned setup where your forks would actually go into this skewer right here, and then you'd clamp them down and you'd be on your way. Well, obviously all the new bikes generally have a solid axle, so that doesn't work. So what they do is they make an attachment here where you can actually, let me open this up here, where you can actually put this into the skewer like so. You have to have the right amount of setup between the two, and then you can lock it down like so. And then you can pull this open and put your solid axle here with that strap. Your bike still shifts. And I'm sure it's safe, but I have always worried about this coming loose, this popping off, this popping up, or this moving this way when I'm driving down the road excessively. Because it does move. When I hit the brakes, it goes that way. Sometimes when I pull away fast, it comes this way. So it was working, but I didn't love the solution. So I went with the Thule, and I'll show you why. And just this is the Thule TopRide. I have a Thule rack, so it went and worked very well with the Thule rack. You don't have to have the Thule rails, but it makes things really nice if you do, and makes the install really clean. So I prefer it that way. So the way it works here is that, first of all, you have this contraption here that will hold your front axle. So when you want to put your axle in here, you kind of release it here, and then you put your bike in here, and you pull this forward, and it clicks into place, and this green tab pops up, which shows it's locked. So to release your bike, you pull this down, and then you slide this back with your bike, and you're ready to go. So I'll show you that in action once I get a bike on here. The rack is aesthetically pleasing. Looks like it's some type of metal here. And then it has the rear tie down on the back, which has a strap. I like this strap because you can change what side it's on, and also has a extra rubber kind of piece in here to kind of protect the rim. I like that. It's long. You can switch the sides. I actually switched the sides on this. It was mounted in the opposite direction, but I wanted it easily accessible here so I could. So this is a super handy feature. I love this. So, you know, a lot of times you're putting your bike in the rack and the strap is in the way from the rear wheel. So over here you can see there's a little hole. You can take this strap and stick it down in here, and it gets out of the way of the rail so you can put your bike right in here. This slides pretty easily, so you can put the tire in this spot and then put it in the appropriate position, but this is awesome. Now I have a key for this rack, and there's two key locks on this. There's one in the back here, which is a cable lock, and I'll show you that in just a minute. And then there's another lock right under here, so if you lift this tab up, it's another lock you can put in here so you can lock the whole rail to the rails here. So the bike rack contraption can be locked to your Thule crossbars. And it has a key with it. It comes with two keys. And by the way, you have to order this separately. It does not come with the rack. I know, a bummer. It's another additional cost to get 2 cylinders, but you can order them on Amazon pretty easily. I'll actually put the locks and this rack on Amazon for you to check out if you'd like. I'll put links in the description below for that. So I went ahead and put the lock in here, one of them. And then the other lock is back here. And this is pretty cool. So, by the way, I actually had to take this off to get this to turn around because it was opposite before. And I actually flipped this piece also to have this towards the inside versus the outside. This was really hard to get out. In the description, there's directions on how to do it, but there's a tab on top and 2 tabs on the bottom. You really need 2 people to help you do this. I managed to do it myself, but if you had 2 people to push on the 2 tabs, and then you could pull up on the front tab and then pull this off, it'd be a lot easier. So keep that in mind if you need to switch sides of the wheel holder or this mount back here. So I've got this key here, and then this kind of pulls out, and then it turns into a lock, so you can lock up your bike. It's kind of one of the reasons why I bought this rack. It wasn't the main reason, but it's a great reason. I'll leave that key in there for right now. Because if someone wants to steal your bike, they're going to cut that lock and steal it. It's just a little extra added protection. It's super easy to do, and it's on the car all the time, so that's really, really beneficial. So let's go get the bikes, and I'll show you how we load these and how it actually works. So let me load the first bike. I'm going to show you how this works. I'm going to load the mountain bike, because it actually is the heaviest bike. I'm going to put the back tire in, and you can see this contraption on the fork here. This full axle was a piece that came with the rack, so I inserted it inside there and then used my solid axle as the real axle for the bike. You slide it in here like this, and then you just push it forward, and you're going to hear a snap. Boom, just like that. This green tag is up showing that it's locked into place, and really, you're done. That's all you have to do. That is simple, that is easy, and that is awesome. So to release it, you're going to push this down. You're going to push this down, pull this back just a little bit. Again, lock, release. Lock. Green tab goes up, release. So really easy to do there. Then you can pull it off, and you're ready to go. So let me show you what I got going here. This is the insert that they give you that fits your axle, and they have tabs that come with it to match your different sizes of axles. So you just read the instructions, match your axle, or you can just test it and put it on the axle. You'll figure out which one fits it. And then you're going to go ahead, and I got 2 axles here because one is my gravel bike and one is my mountain bike. This bigger one is my mountain bike. You just slide this in, and then you can put this on the bike before you load it. Now, it has different tabs, so I have to use these inserts for my gravel bike because it's a different size of axle, the length. The diameter is the same, but the length's different, so you just take these out like so and put in the other ones for the other bike if you need to, just like this. And then I'll take the shorter axle and it slides into that one just like this. So this is for my gravel bike. So you can use it for multiple bikes. You just have to change the end inserts. But I did notice I have a little problem when I'm putting this on the bike. It's a little uncomfortable. The process is, let's say it's janky, because I could flip my bike upside down, put it on the seat and the bars, but sometimes I don't like to do that when I'm out riding because I got my computer on and I don't want to, scratch up my bike in any certain way. So I don't like to put my bike upside down in the dirt unless I have to. So let me show you what I do to get this onto the axle, and you can just see it's a little funny looking because it's uncomfortable. It's an interesting way to do it. I don't know if there's an easier way. This is the way that I'm doing it right now, but let me show you how you put this on before you load the bike. Okay, let's get started. This is the insert from my mountain bike, and that's the one I'm going to demonstrate for you first. I got to put the end pieces in like so, snap those into place. I'm going to grab my mountain bike axle, and this is where it becomes kind of weird because I don't want to set my bike upside down, so let me show you what I do. So I got to grab the bike like so, and let's say I just got off the trail and I got to somehow get this axle in here with this insert inside. So I got to kind of hold my bike funny here, and I can go ahead and put this axle, and I notice if you slide it in, it kind of stays. It could fall out, but if you hold it in this way so gravity doesn't pull it down, it just sticks in there. So that's the easiest way right now. Then take my axle put it in here, and then screw it down, and then latch it, and now I can go ahead and load this on the Thule TopRide. And let me show you what that looks like. By the way, one thing I purchased which makes this very helpful, I'm 5'6", so I'm short. The car's not super tall, but you need to put the bike up there and it's heavy. A little step ladder to just carry in the car. And so it's really cool because it just folds up like this. I throw it in the back of the car, through the hatchback, and it just stays in here all the time. So whether I need to clean the roof of my car or load my bike, it's always here. So let me show you how simple it is to load the bike. I have the insert in the front axle. I go ahead and lift the bike up, step on my ladder, put the rear wheel on first, then set the insert right into the front part here, slide this forward just like this till I hear the click and see the green. I can strap the back tire now and I'm ready to go. So simple. I also wanted to point out that if you have a hatchback, you've got to be careful to make sure you have enough room right there so your hatchback won't hit the wheel of your bike. And that happened on my last rack. And what I did is I had to flip it. I had to put the front in the back because it was hitting the hatchback. But you can see the way this is designed and the way this one works. I mean, I got just, I don't know, 3 little fingers there to hit. So that's enough. It's going to be fine. It's not going to hit. And out of all my bikes, this is the longest one, so that will be fine. So this works out fine. But just keep that in mind when you're putting this on. You can also move your rails up forward if I needed to do that. Actually, I don't have much room on this one. I maybe have an inch here. But just be aware of that, once you install your rack and you have a hatchback, open your hatchback to make sure you can open it up all the way, because that's a bummer if it hits the bike. So I discovered after playing with this about a half a dozen times, it's really a lot easier than I first anticipated to get this to work correctly. So let me give you an example of what I learned. Take your insert, put it between your forks. It's going to stay there, which is really helpful. And then once it stays there, just go ahead and take your axle, put it in and screw it on. It's actually no different than putting on the wheel. It just took me about a half a dozen times to figure this out. And now that I'm a little bit smarter, I wanted to pass this on to you. Like I told you before, the strap is out of the way, which is really cool because it makes it really hard to load when that strap's in the way. You put your tire on here, this slides so you can get it in the right spot. You can adjust your tire, how so? Pull the strap over, pull it down. Nice pad on front to protect your rim. Pull out the locking set here. And then what happens is you can just push this cable through. Generally, you can lock it through your frame. Come through like this. Like so. Push this down into the lock. Right here. Let me open it up first so I can get it in there. Put my key in here. Make sure it's completely unlocked. Go ahead and stick this in here, just like this. And then lock it, pull my key out, and the bike's ready to go. It's locked up, it's loaded. It's just the reverse to unload it. It's very simple. So I do recommend the Thule TopRide. It's easy, it's simple, and I think it's going to be very good for what I want to do, which is put my bike on the Subaru when I'm towing my teardrop trailer. I hope you enjoyed this. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this type of video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.